Alex Jones is going to pretend to be a healthcare expert here, and he's going to make up some facts for us.
The New York Times came out over the weekend, and Kurt Nimmo wrote an article about it, endorsing the death panels. And there were people commenting on my website going, well, there's not enough money, blah, blah, blah. If you didn't have government involved and it was free market and charities, the care would be competitive and super cheap. We had the best and cheapest health care in the world in 1950. Look up the numbers. Now we've got some of the most expensive, screwed up health care. That's because government got involved, regulators got involved, and they screwed this country up. And I'm tired of sitting here in the country I love watching it go to hell in a handbasket.
No, that's adorable. Alex, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. First of all, where are those statistics from? In 1950, the U.S. had the best healthcare system in the world. Number one, I don't know if that's true. Number two, let's say, for sake of argument, it is true. You think maybe the fact that Europe was in shambles after World War II would have something to do with it? I mean, the U.S. was pretty much number one in everything in 1950 because all of Europe was destroyed. So we were like one of the last remaining first world nations just sitting there like, well, this is nice. We can do all this manufacturing here, and we don't have to rebuild absolutely everything from the ground up. And look, he just argued, I wrote it down as he said it, well, free market healthcare is the best. It's the government regulators getting involved that make it bad. Well, hey, I have the documents here, ladies and gentlemen, FBI, CIA, we got some stuff from the United Nations and the World Health Organization. We know for sure the NWO and the Illuminati and the bilderbergs are planning to do world domination. What happened to checking your documents and knowing your facts, Alex? Because if you did, you would see that every single major study that has come out on the issue of healthcare in modern times says overwhelmingly the number one systems in the world are the government-run, single-payer, universal healthcare systems. Not my opinion. Not my opinion. I'm a medium for the information that you can read for yourself if you read the World Health Organization study or others that came after it. The United States was ranked 37th in the study from the year 2000. And the more recent study that came out, we were ranked over 40th. So we got worse. We got worse. Okay? And the problem is the private health insurance system. He's screaming about how if the government just got out of the way, it would be perfect. What do you think we had at the height of our terrible health care and health insurance system? It was the most private it's ever been. So Medicare and Medicaid function the best in the country. Those are the government systems. The private health insurance market left us with 45,000 people every single year that died because they didn't even have access to basic health care. In Canada, that number is 0. In Australia, that number is 0. In Britain, that number is 0. France, 0. Norway, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, 0, 0, 0, 0. Are you noticing a fucking pattern here? When you do a Medicare for all system, when you have the tax dollars fund the healthcare system, and you take out any for-profit, rapacious shark middleman, the quality of the care gets better. I mean, just think from a purely objective position, looking at it from face value. Do you not see the problem with the incentive structure in a private health insurance system? How the way you make money is to deny as much care as possible so you can pad the bottom line for your investors? Do you not see that? I mean, they had departments at all the health insurance companies in the U.S. That did this process called rescission. Now, what is rescission? Rescission is when you go back and you look through all the contracts that your clients signed to try to find any little thing that you can use to then nullify the contract and not pay out on if somebody needed chemotherapy to treat their cancer, for example. The one example, I always bring this example up because it was used heavily in the Democratic debates back in 2007 and 2008. They said there was a woman who had acne when she was younger. She didn't tell her health insurance company that when she signed up. And then she had cancer. She needed treatment. They denied her claim. Now, why? They said, well, you had acne, you didn't tell us. She's like, what do you mean it's acne? Everybody has acne. That's not a pre-existing condition or anything. And they said, no, You say it's acne. We say it's cancerous skin lesions that you didn't disclose. Therefore, you had cancer in the past. That's a pre-existing condition, and we're not going to pay out on your cancer treatment now. There's your free market health insurance. The actual death panels, Alex, are the private health insurance companies with their lifetime caps, and they're not covering you if you have a pre-existing condition, and all of these things that they do to try to make more money and weasel out of paying for you. I mean, just the idea of a copay is ridiculous. Think about that. So you pay $300, $400, $800 a month to get coverage. And then when something goes wrong and you go to the hospital, the insurance company goes, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll pay for it. You just got to cover the first $1,000. Well, then why the fuck have I been paying you every single month? When something fucking happens, you're still going to put it on me and say I have to cover the first $1,000? Then why have I been paying you these past X amount of months or years? No, the system before was the most fucked up. Okay, and the idea that going back to a purely free market system would make it better, but we have the evidence. It's all the free market systems in the world that suck balls.